Okay, so this recording, we're going to be looking at density. Okay, so have a look at this question. What weighs more, a ton of gold or a ton of feathers? Well, they weigh the same, don't they? A ton, it weighs a ton. Okay, so what's density? Density is a way of comparing how heavy different types of materials are. Maybe write that down. Okay, and the way we do this is we work out how heavy 1 cube of it is. And that's how we compare. Let me just show you what I mean by that. So 7 centimeters cube of gold has a mass of 135.1 grams. And what would 1 centimeter cube be? Well, 135.1 divided by 7 gives you 19.3. So we say gold has a density of 19.3 grams per centimeter cubed. For every little cube of it weighs 19.3 grams. Let's do the same for silver now. So 73.43 divided by 7 gives us 10.49 grams per centimeter cubed. So that's the density for silver, that's the density for gold. So you see gold's heavier than silver. Okay, so let's look at 3 questions together. Oh, before we do that, let's just look at the equation for density. Density equals mass divided by volume. Instead of using this, we are going to use one of our little triangles. So this is what you need to remember. Density, bottom left-hand corner. Mass, top. Volume, bottom right. Let's just talk about the units. The mass tends to be in grams or kilograms. The volume tends to be in centimeters cubed for this. I might have meters cubed. And the density, this is grams per centimeters cubed, something along those lines. Okay, so we'll look at these 3 questions together, and I'll give you 3 to look at yourself. Put my triangle up here. Density, mass, volume. A rod of aluminium has a mass of 575 grams per centimeters cubed, 575.4 grams, volume of 210 centimeters cubed. Work out the density. Put the D, don't know it. Mass goes at the top. Volume, bottom right. What do we do when they're in this arrangement of the triangle? We divide them, don't we? So 575.4 divided by 210. Gives you 2.74. Look at the units. That's in grams, that's in centimeters cubed, so it's grams per centimeter cubed. A rod with a volume, 50 centimeters cubed, made of copper, has a density, 8.9 grams per centimeter cubed. Work out the mass. Don't know the mass. M goes at the top. I'll leave it as a letter. Density goes here. Volume goes here. Now, what do you do when they're next to each other? We times them. 8.9 times 50, 445 units, because this part of our density unit is our mass, it's grams. Our block, a 770 gram block made of brass, has a density of 8.67 grams per centimeter cubed. Work out the volume. These are unknown. Density here, mass here. One's above the other, so we're going to divide 770 divided by 8.67. Gives you 88.8. Volume, the volume part of our density unit is centimeters cubed, so it's centimeters cubed. Okay, can you have a go at these 3 questions, please? Put me on pause, unpause when you're done, then just hang on because I'm going to look at a couple of exam questions. Okay, so for this one, working out the density, 7 and 10. 7 divided by 10 is 0.7. So 0.7 grams per centimetre cubed, because grams centimetre cubed. Mass, volume, density. They're next to each other, so we're going to times them. To maths, so it's 240 grams. Density, mass. We're going to do 50 divided by 0.4, 125 centimetre cubed. Okay, so we're going to look at one exam question together, then I'll get you to have a look at two. This time you've got 454 grams of cheese. So already I know that's a mass, isn't it? Makes up a block of 4 by 6 by 10. Right, we haven't really got a volume here. We're working out the density, so we need to use this information. So what does our cheese look like? It's cuboid, isn't it? So we need to work out the volume of our cuboid. So remember to work out the volume of a cuboid. 6 times 4 times 10. 240 centimetres cubed. So we now have a volume and we have a mass. Just check our units all the time. That's in grams, that's fine. That's in centimetres cubed, that's fine. So 454 divided by 240 gives us 1.89. Grams per centimetre cubed. Now, have a go at this question and this question. Just don't forget for your cylinder, have a look, get one of your exam papers that you've been sent at some point, have a look at the formula sheet, because that might help have some information that might be useful for two. Okay, so first one, cube. Don't forget for a cube, each length is 5. So what's the volume? It's 5 times 5 times 5, isn't it? 125 centimetres cubed. Working out the density. Got our mass. Oops. 114. Got our volume. 125. We're going to divide them. Zero 0.916 grams per centimetre cubed. So for this one, let's just get the paper, the formula sheet for you, so you can just see what it looks like if you couldn't find one. I'll snip over the formula. So on your formula sheet, at the bottom, the first of the only formula sheet, you're given this. So what information have we got here? We've got the density. Let me just put that into the triangle. We don't know the mass. It's a volume. How are we going to get the volume of that cylinder? Pi r squared h. So that circle at the bottom, the radius is 4, right? H is 15. Pi r squared h. Pi times 4 squared times 15 is 753.98. 1 What do we do with those values? We're going to times them together to get our mass. So 1,470.3 grams. Okay, thanks for listening.